Hello, my name is Claire Pluard. I'm a co-founder of Carbon Yield and a current Kellogg student. I'm excited to share this opportunity with you at VentureCat. Carbon Yield works to align farm economics with positive climate effects. We believe that farms are the place to offset your carbon. Let me show you how. Soil is one of the greatest assets a farm has. Current conventional farms that you see producing corn, soybeans, and wheat as you drive down the highway are often created in ways that are bad for the soil, which is in turn bad for the atmosphere. Farm economics are not working either for these farms. They've lost an average of $40 per acre since 2014 in the Midwest. But with a few reasonable changes that I will refer to as regenerative agriculture, the plants, as seen on this field, can draw carbon from the air and restore it to the soil, which enriches the soil and makes both the land and climate more stable. And then there are us consumers. We create carbon emissions from the energy and materials used to produce the products that we are buying, and especially now more than ever as we ship them to our front doors. An average person in the United States emits about 17 tons of carbon per year, and there's a massive unpaid social cost of this carbon. There's also a growing consumer awareness and demand for climate conscious products and brands. Individual purchases of carbon rose over 700% last year. All of this is in light of the looming climate crisis. We have less than 15 years to change our behaviors to reduce emissions before we create irreversible change. Aligned with the Paris Climate Accord and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, regenerative agriculture, implemented widely, presents an opportunity to sequester 25 to 50% of the world's annual carbon emissions. So on one hand, we have consumers who are seeking a solution to improve their climate impact and reinforce their values. But buying carbon credits has been unavailable to them at scale. On the other hand, we have farms who have the capacity to improve the climate through regenerative agriculture, but they haven't had access to carbon markets either. Their benefits have been undercounted, and they cannot access this with the cost at scale. Farms should be paid for their carbon sequestered, and that would incentivize more farmers to switch to climate positive practices. In the middle, we have our marketplace, which provides consumers access to farmers at a price point that is both meaningful and accessible to consumers, and that motivates farmers to participate. Like Etsy, our marketplace will be home to individual farmers, creating unique, transparent, and high-quality carbon offsets directly available to consumers. These consumers can connect emotionally with the producer, like on Etsy, and choose the plot of land that they feel best offsets their carbon emissions. We're very excited that we are currently in the process of building an MVP with our technical partner. You can see here the mobile version. We're making conservation as easy as e-commerce and these carbon credits tangible in a way that they never have been before. A consumer who comes to our platform will be able to see the latitude and longitude of Lonely Oak Field and the farm Stonehouse Grain where it was created. And information that connects the consumer to this farm, like who's running it and how those fields were cultivated. There will be both aerial and on-the-ground images, and you can purchase carbon per pound on these acres, like as you can see here, by selecting your own personal parcel. We're also going to help consumers understand their impact and directly feed from what they're producing to what they're offsetting through a simple calculator about their lifestyle. This marketplace is also able to be directly integrated into a consumer brand. Here we have an example of LLB. The consumer is buying a pair of boots, and instead of just potentially checking gift wrapping, they could also check to offset their carbon footprint from this purchase. At which point our integrated cart will show them where they can pick their offset. And for a mere $4.37, their boots can become carbon neutral. This is a unique marketplace in that it is transparent. All the credits have gone through third-party verification, and you can follow the trail and the signs behind those on the platform. It's emotional in that it connects consumers to the backbone of our society, these farmers who provide our food. And the vivid farm imagery takes a consumer out of their living room onto the farm. It's also flexible and able to be independent or integrated as needed. As I said, we're doing this. Our pilot farm is a regenerative organic farm that has spent 5 years implementing these practices and has restored about 50,000 tons of carbon to the soil, which are currently being registered and available for sale. We've been testing the $100 price and expect $5 million in revenue from this pilot year. And with the success of that price, this is what we expect our long-term sales to be as we integrate more farms and more consumers into the platform over the next 4 years. The lighter is the high revenue of $100 per ton of carbon. The low revenue is a conservative $25 per ton, just to balance out our estimates. This is where we've been and where we're going. We started our partnership with the farm in 2019. In early 2020, we started building our MVP, and we expect to fully release it in July or August of this year, and have been working in the meantime to build out our pipeline of both farms and consumers. We've had good conversations with places like Etsy and local breweries near our farm who intend to integrate this into their platform. This is the Carbon Yield team. I have been in mission-driven organizations for the last 10 years, and Sam has been a carbon market expert for that time. We recently won the Fast Company World Changing Ideas, so I'm very excited about that. I welcome your questions.